Fitting with a hole, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, have a serviette
Oh, no, figure that.
to make it easier.
And that sounds like a male name. Serviette who?
Serviette.
Yes, sir. Starts
Oh,
with
sir.
Serviette, yes.
One of the things that characterises Clive's day is that he continually makes entries in his diary. Now, I say makes entries in his diary rather than keeps a diary, because in fact he's not keeping the diary. It is an inner compulsion to record the momentous event of waking up, because Clive's perception of his own condition is that because he has no memory whatsoever up to the current 10, 20 seconds, or maybe half a minute, depending on whether there have been distractors, any proactive interference. On the whole, his conscious working span memory is that current minute. So everything else behind the minute is blank. So everything until now is unknown and is void. So he uses the analogy of feeling as if he has just woken up. He says it's like just waking up for the first time. It's like just becoming conscious. It's as if I have been unconscious for however many years. And because this is a continual state, unless he's actually engaged on a conversation or on playing Patience solitaire, which he does a lot, or on playing the piano, or on taking a walk, unless his mind is elsewhere engaged, that is his experience of life, which is, oh, it's as if I've just woken up. Oh, you're the first person I've seen. Oh, I haven't, you know, and it's this amazement that from, I mean, can you imagine what would it be like if you were unconscious and you just came to, but you didn't have a lot of people around your bed saying, oh, you've been unconscious, you're in hospital. You've just got people eating a meal or watching TV as if nothing has happened. So he is habituated to that condition. He realizes that it's not surprising, but he uses that as an analogy for the experience of having no memory. It's as if I've just woken up. And because for him it is momentous, he has to write it down. And he has to write it down on any available surface. If the diary is in front of him, he will write it down there. He will record the time, 10:50 a.m., awake first time, and then he looks at the previous entry, which was 10:48 a.m., awake first time, and he says, no, I wasn't awake then. That wasn't me. That wasn't proper awakeness. This is the first real awakeness. So he goes through the diary, scoring out previous entries and underlining the current new entry, because this now is the real awakeness. All the previous awakenesses are unknown to me. So what he's saying something about ego. He's saying something about identity. He's saying, I know now. I know this moment now. I have no conscious recollection of those previous entries in my handwriting, though I acknowledge obviously they were me. Therefore, this is the real awakeness, and you have to take notice of that. So he'll underline it many times. And what's interesting is that over the years, as the diaries have stacked up, the pages have become written in a more and more frenzied way, as if to say it's really important that you take notice of this. Just as a prisoner has to scratch the fact of his existence on the prison cell wall. I was here today, and I'm alive now. The world, you have to know this. That's what Clive is doing with his diary. And I think he's actually telling us something quite important about